Hello everybody, I'm Bagel Plays, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a cool upcoming game called Alchemist's Awakening, as the background burns away. Yeah, this game is it's coming to early access tomorrow on the on March 21st. Of course, when this video goes up, it won't be much longer until it comes out, probably. It's gonna go up kind of late tonight, but anyways, yeah, it's kind of a cool, like, wizardy, survival-y, creative-y game building thing. Seems like it's definitely got potential. I've played it for a little bit so far, and kind of got a good idea of what I'm doing. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Start a new single player game. Let's call this Super Duper World. This one up here is my first playing around with stuff. So we'll do that. There is a creative mode that you can do, which, you know, is pretty much what you expect. It just gives you access to everything. Apparently you can also do a flat world. We're not going to do that. We're just going to create a new world. And here we go. So here we are. Yeah, the devs, this is an early copy, obviously, but seeing that the game comes out tomorrow, I'm guessing this is probably pretty close to what the game's going to be like when it's first released. Although it will be, this is early access, and you can kind of tell this is early access. It has some bugs and that kind of stuff, but, you know, that's what you would expect. So, yeah, you play as a legless wizard, and you have this pet lion for some reason. I don't know why, but you do, which is cool. I think, see, right now there's a multiplayer mode. I'm just doing single player, obviously. I think the plan is to add in a story mode thing where there's, like, you know, an actual story instead of just kind of running around doing whatever. But according to the Steam page, you aren't going to do that until it's released onto Steam itself. So we aren't going to have that in the early access stage, but hopefully it'll come eventually. So, first things first, if you press E, it opens up your inventory, and so these are the elements, is what they're called. There's frost, wind, electricity, fire, stone, metal, crystal, sand, and nature. I was gonna say wood. It's not wood though. And this is pretty much where all of the crafting and item stuff works. So basically what you do is you go up to something and say I want to pick up a rock. Go up to it, you know, click on it, picks it up, and that blue bar that shows up at the bottom there is your, like, I don't know what it's called, basically how much you can use, kind of like stamina, I guess, or mana, since it's more wizard stuff. But that's how you collect stuff. You can use that to cut down trees. It's that bar at the top there, and that empties all cut down the tree. There doesn't seem to be any maximum amount that you can carry right now, which is kind of nice, I suppose. But, you know, I'm sure at some point they'll probably add that in. Currently it's not in the game, but that's okay. So now you can see I have some wood here and some stone. And so how it works is there's the elements, and then when you click on it you can see all the stuff that you can craft using those elements. And so stone, you can make stone, and you can, when you click on that, you get options of, like, different shapes and stuff. And that puts that down there, and then you can place it by right clicking. There we go. So you have that for all these, you know. And then also, kind of a cool feature I think, is you can combine elements. So say I wanted to do stone and metal, let's see what I can make with that. Then you can have these other things here, or stone and fire, get this stuff, or stone and wind, get that. So some of these are like attack, like that was more of an attack thing. But yeah, so there's some cool stuff here. I think this game, from the amount that I've played, which is kind of not an insane amount, but it was enough to kind of figure everything out. It's probably like an hour or two. Seems like it definitely has a good premise, and it could be really good. But you know, it's early access, needs a little more work. But I think there's something here. I'll put it that way. So let's actually start building something. So first thing, I don't actually. Oh, they do have the quest thing here. All right, we'll play through the official quest line here real quick. So this is just kind of like a tutorial, basically. This is, you know, as they add more to the game, I'm sure this quest log will fill up, and you'll actually use it for stuff like when they make a story mode. But for right now, it's pretty much just a tutorial. So right now, it's just showing you how to build stuff. So we'll just make a furnace here. I think right now the world doesn't seem to be procedurally generated, but oh, I don't have enough stone. But I said they're gonna do that, but so far it seems like every time I start it up, it's the same world. So I'm guessing they just haven't put that in yet, since it is early access. But that's okay. There are enemies also in this game, but we haven't run into any yet. Alright, I don't know if that's going to be enough, but probably should be enough. So let me build this thing here. Oops. And then you use this here. These are your two things. I don't know what they're called. I mean, they're called tools, I guess. That aren't part of an element. So this is your make useful tool, which is I think kind of a funny name. But it's basically, it just turns. You'll have like a set of blocks like this, and then you click on it with it, it turns it into an actual thing. If it's a crafting recipe, I guess is sort of what it is. So this is a furnace. If you throw wood in here, it'll create fire, which is this element here. I'm not gonna do that right at this second. Actually, let's cut down another tree, and then we can throw some of it in there, so we can get some fire going, because we're gonna need it later. Also, there is I'm guessing it's not in the game yet, but they're gonna add Steam Workshop support stuff, so people will be able to make their own story mode and that kind of stuff if they want, which could be good, since it might take them a little while before they actually add the official story mode into the game. So it could be good to have the community do that. So we throw some of that in there, and then we get some fire here. I'm just gonna let it cook for a bit. So next thing, quest log, build a windmill. So for that we need some wood, and we'll just build it right here. And do like that. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I think this is kind of a cool crafting system where you build the actual items in the world, and then you use a little spell thing to make them real. I think it's definitely a kind of cool mechanic that they have. I feel like there's a lot more music going right now than the first time I was playing through this. First time it was just kind of like silence for a lot of it. Let's throw some more wood in here. Throw like 20 wood. Alright, now I think we're gonna need some iron. Yeah. So let's go find some iron. Actually, one cool thing that I can show you if I get enough wind. No, that's not gonna be enough. I'll show you when we get back. We're gonna go find some iron first. And probably run into some enemies. Iron is a little weird to come by. Oh, by the way, there's sharks that jump out of the water in this game. They're one of the like 3 enemies that they have so far. There's 4. There's deer, wolves, weird like warrior guy things, and the sharks, and then your lion pal. And you can create your own people in this game, which is kind of a cool thing. Like all of these things sitting around here, yeah, you can turn those into people. We'll get to that later. So here's some wolves, and there's that guy, and my god, there are a lot of them here. Okay, well this isn't good. I didn't realize there were that many of them here. Oh no. Hopefully my lion can take care of some of them. I don't know if they'll fall. No, it looks like they won't follow me into the water. Alright, cool. So we'll just swim away, avoid the sharks. Hopefully the sharks don't attack me. Okay, let's go up here. This actually looks like this might be some iron up here. Or it's actually metal is what we're looking for. See, like this is metal here. Even though it's gold, it just counts as the metal element. There's not specific resources in this game. It's all just I need to wait for my blue mana stamina bar thing to refill. It's all the like element things. That's what everything is based on. So anyways, there's a crystal thing. Ooh. There's a bunch of guys over there. Might be a treasure chest. Usually when you see a bunch of guys like that, there's a treasure chest. Alright, so is that gonna be enough metal? Yeah, that should be enough metal. Alright, cool. Uh-oh, that guy's after me. That's not good. He's still after me? No, I might have outran him. Good. Okay, let's make this lightning rod. I'm trying to go through this part kind of quick. Just due to the fact that I've done it all before. Alright, so we build up, how many was it? Like 5 or something? 5. Build up 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we use this thing. And we have electricity rod. Then we can get electricity. So far there's nothing for frost that I found, but there is a snow biome. There's different biomes. This is like a wood biome, I guess. And that's a desert biome, which has sand. And that's a snow biome, which has frost. We'll have to go over there pretty soon, but not quite yet. So let's get some wind. 47 wind, that's a good amount of wind. And I can show you what is actually pretty neat. So if you go to this wind element here, there's a thing called flying wind, which basically lets you fly. If you look in the bottom right, there's a number counting down that has an S after it. That's like the number of seconds that you can fly for. And then you get wind from these, of course. Which I think that's pretty neat little feature there. There's also all kinds of, like, you can do a fireball, which I wouldn't suggest because it, well, you gotta be careful with it, because see, I shot it at a tree and the whole game just lagged out and went crazy because it pretty much just destroyed all the trees in the area, which wasn't ideal. But if you shoot it at enemies, it seems like it works okay. So I think it's just a matter of being careful with it, you know, early access glitches and stuff. Yeah, there's that. If you just have fire, you can shoot flames out of your hands. You can do electricity and shoot lightning out of your hands. You can I guess you can't shoot ice out of your hands. That'd be a cool thing to be able to do. I feel like I thought you could, but maybe not. You can do maybe you can do an ice ball. Yeah, you can do a blast of wind. There's all kinds of stuff. You can make a bunch of different materials and stuff. You can do weapons here, which actually probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make. If I get some, ooh, that's what I'll do. If I get fire, I can make a fire sword. So if you do fire, metal, and that, I think. No. It was fire, no. That, no. That. Oh, I can't make it. I don't have enough crystal. Dang it. Alright, well then we will just make a metal sword. Let's make a golden sword. Yeah. Now we can actually fight people when we see them. So far it seems like the only items that you can get are weapons. But, you know. Alright. So, what are we doing next? Oh, give life. So now we're gonna give life to a creature. We're gonna need more crystal. So basically to do this give life command, you select every single element here. And once you select them all, then it gives this life command, but it uses everything, which I don't have yet. So we need to get more crystal and some sand and some frost. So first thing, I think we should get some crystal, since we don't have any of that. Although there was a bunch of that over on the sand place last time I went over there. Whatever. We need more wind anyways, so we need to let that try. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's build a second wind thing. Or like a third or fourth wind thing. Let's build like 10 of them. And I'll get wind really quickly. Because it's super cool to just be able to fly all over the place. Also a cool little glitch I found right now is you can destroy the windmill. All the wood and everything behind it. And it still works. Good old early version glitch things. Alright, let's put that down. One thing I think would be cool, I don't think this is in the game yet. One thing I think that would be cool is if they added a way to, whoops. If they added, like, so if you made a bigger, say, windmill, or a bigger lightning rod, or bigger furnace thing or something, then it could give you bigger returns. So you can make a giant windmill, and then it'd give you like huge returns. I think, whoops, I think that'd be pretty neat. Oh, that's the wind tool, that's why. Oh no, get off that. We want that. Boom. Let's make a couple more of the, oh wait, we don't have very much wood. Collect all this wood back up. And we will make another one. This should speed things up a bit once we get all these built. It's supposed to be this high. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Oop. Ba-doom. Oh. Apparently you don't get all your wood back. You only get part of it back, but still. This tree will probably give us a good amount. It's also not technically wood, it's nature. And you can make like flowers and stuff with it too. You can make like all this shrubbery stuff. If I go to that, you can see all the options. Whoa, that gave me a lot of wood. Jeez. You can make signs, you can make cactus, you can make cloth. You can make wood tiles, you can make grass. All kinds of things. Pretty neat. Alright, and let's throw that there, and so far wind seems like it's definitely the most useful thing, just due to the fact that it allows you to fly. Come out, nope. No, I had it, there. Alright, then that. And then boop, boop, nope. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. That should be quite a bit. Quite a bit of wind that we get from that. Should be pretty set. Alright. Let's put some wood in here so that we can get some fire going. Let's take some out. Actually, I kind of want to build one more windmill. I know it's a bit overkill, but like, that's kind of how I am. I always overdo stuff like this. You can also build a house and stuff in this game, obviously. I don't know if we'll get to that right now, but maybe at some point. I think right now there's honestly not a ton to do in the game. But as I kind of said before, I think there's definitely potential here. Can definitely end up being a cool game, I think.